On the day of the start of school, the state distributes spirit beasts according to performance. The class leader of the first grade, without hesitation he chose the SS level Heavenly Demon Silver Snake, and I am the last one. Only one F-rated black bear was assigned. But not long after, the end of the extreme cold is coming. I made a contract with the black bear, shared her talent skill to keep out the cold, and the white snake selected by the squad leader did not have time to grow and develop, was frozen to death on the first day of the end times. Under a Shelesine, the class leader and other students attacked the black bear. He even cooked bear meat hot pot in front of me. I was seriously injured and fell in the wind and snow of the apocalypse, tea with hatred and unwillingness. But when I look at it again, I found myself back to the day I chose the spirit beast. Just when I was about to pick up the black bear like I did in my previous life, the squad leader suddenly shouted, "Wait a minute." She got up from her seat, holding a snow white one. The white snake cub with crystal clear scales ran in front of me. Then he couldn't help but stuff the white snake into my arms. I'm afraid I'll steal it. Picked up the lonely black bear in the box. From the snake to you, I want a black bear. The whole class was shocked by this scene. Even the head teacher frowned dissatisfiedly. You know, the snake is among the spirit beast cubs sent this time. The purest bloodline. Ancient bloodline concentration up to 80. It is rumored to be a descendant of the ancient heavenly demon. Far more than a blood vein concentration of only 20. And black bears with low species are much stronger. The gap between the two is one day and one earth. No one wants to know what they are doing. Why did Liu Xiaoyan give up on self-snakes? Instead choose a black bear. Small smoke. The choice of companion spirit beasts is no joke. This is related to your future growth ceiling. Quickly exchange with Xiao Fan. Xiao Fan's classmates compared me. This white snake is needed even more. I got good grades. No matter what spirit beast you make a contract with, they all can be cultivated quickly. But Xiao Fan's cultivation talent is average. If you pair it with a black bear with such mottled blood, his life was ruined. I am willing to exchange spirit beasts with Xiao Fan. Liu Xiaoyan's word. It caused applause in the class. Everyone was shocked by Liu Xiaoyan's selflessness. Small smoke. The most important thing in cultivation is the heart of the Dao. You have a pure white and flawless heart, even if the spirit beast is a little worse. The future will also be promising. Xiao Fan is still stunned. Hurry up and thank you, Xiaoyan. I glanced at Liu Xiaoyan coldly. Stretch the white snake forward. You don't need to pretend to be fierce. I want that black bear. Liu Xiaoyan's eyes panicked for a moment. He hugged the black bear in his hand tighter. He frowned while holding the little black bear. Like I bullied her. Xiao Fan, you don't have to test me. I am sincerely willing to exchange with you. Less than this set. I really don't need it. But I haven't finished speaking yet. My wrist was suddenly entangled in something. A tingling shot. Look down. I found out that it was a small snake that bit me. Two tiny snake teeth have no skin. Bright red blood beads gushed out along the wound. The little self-snake stretched out a forked snake letter. It licked my skin numbly. It is said to be suitable for Kung Fu. I was actually taking the initiative to sign a contract by the white snake, and it is also a blood contract of life and death. The classmates looked at me. It was a boo. It turned out that Xiao Fan didn't know how to do it. I don't want Liu Xiaoyan to give him the white snake. It turned out that he was pretending to be here, while saying that he would return the white snake to Liu Xiaoyan. On the other hand, he hurriedly made a contract with the white snake. I am afraid that Liu Xiaoyan will regret it. Waste is waste. It should be stood again. After the white snake and I signed a contract, dizzy and close your eyes, fell into a deep sleep. Listen to the discussion in my ears. The face was gloomy. They don't know. I really don't want this waste self-snake. After being forced to sign a contract by the small snake, I could only endure the rolls of my eyes from others. Return to your seat with a cold face. Only I know the white-looking white snake in front of him. In half a month, 'twill become a useless burden. But I looked at Liu Xiaoyan's eyes, suddenly remembered something. From her to give up asking for a white snake, and from the moment I robbed the black bear, I know she is just like me, is also reborn. That was the previous life. Liu Xiaoyan shows her the self-snake, and I can only make a contract with a black bear who has no one to choose from. Unexpectedly, half a month later, the end of the extreme cold is coming. The world is stuck in an absolute ice of minus 50 degrees. The earth has become a cold storage. A white snake of noble blood, compared to other spirit beasts with mixed bloodlines, takes a longer growth cycle. When the end of the cold arrives, the white snake is still a small waste that only absorbs spiritual energy. He froze to death on the day of the end of the world, and my black bear is carefully fed by me, has entered adulthood. Awakening talents are shared at temperatures of minus 50 degrees. Share the talent skill with me to keep out the cold. I became the least afraid of freezing to death in the last days. I followed the supernatural squad organized by the school. Go out together to find supplies. Liu Xiaoyan tempted the black bear to cancel the contract with me several times, become her companion spirit beast, but was rejected by the black bear. Liu Xiaoyan, who had been rejected many times, was angry. Tell others that as long as they eat black bear meat, you can also gain the ability to resist the cold. So on the way out to find supplies, Liu Xiaoyan joined forces with others to kill me. and the black bear. In the apocalypse of cannibalism, it became their food for them. I looked at the black bear in Liu Xiaoyan's hand with cold eyes. In my previous life, I had a deep relationship with the black bear. We can put the back, give each other's life and death comrades in arms. I didn't expect this life, but let Liu Xiaoyan snatch the black bear. I don't care about losing my talent skills to keep out the cold, but the revenge of the previous life. This life must be repaid with blood debt. I was in a daze with a black bear, but I saw the black bear also roll its eyes to look at me. The eyes met each other. A little black bear about the size of a toy. He actually looked at me twice, not all at once, but 2 times. A wave of joy welled up in my heart. Double eye slap. It is a code between me and the black bear in the previous life. 2 eyes is exactly what reassures me. From my previous exchange of black bears, she found out that I was also reborn, and now she told me the same way. She was also reborn. Thinking of this, I can't help but feel Liu Xiaoyan cast a self-seeking gaze. Black bears don't mean to look honest. Personality must be calm and gentle. The black bear in front of me, but it was a complete black belly. My eyes met the black bear eagerly. I saw that it was suddenly held in a cold mouth. Look down. It turns out that I am useless except for looking good. The noble waste little ancestor white snake woke up. This seat is not waste. A voice with arrogance and coldness sounded. And also, Man, Hyonin, don't look at that black-skinned ugly monster. I poked the little white snake's head with my other hand. It's you talking. The little snake arrogantly raised its head. I lazily circled in the palm of my hand. I don't think I should call her white snake. I should call her little ancestor. My seat is called Lin Shuang. Man, if you want to call me the queen. Yes. I flicked her snake tail. Brata. Who taught you to be so sophomore? Head teacher on the podium is on the blackboard. Talked about the way the contract formation was drawn. Most contract beasts are contracted by humans. The beast race is naturally arrogant. The beast in the cub period is relatively mild, but there are only very few beasts. When I see close to humans, we'll take the initiative to initiate the contract. For talking about the precautions, in class, the classmates began to try to make a contract with their own contract beasts. Concluded a contract, except for me. If not to see it with your own eyes, who dares to believe me? Compete to be a descendant of a noble ancient demon python. Contract was compulsory. Frosty, why do you take the initiative to contract with me? That woman, she stinks. Stinking. Liu Xiaoyan is the school flower. I don't know how many men at school chase after the incense. That's when they are blind. Soul, stinking. What about me? The white snake in his arms drilled the snake's head into my cuff. The tone was a little unnatural. It's okay. Clean. When bored. I gently rubbed the frosty scales with my fingertips. The feel of the snake is unexpectedly good. It's cold. The scales are unusually smooth. It feels like the finest silk. I will touch the snake head of the white snake in a while. Touch the body of the white snake for a while. In the end, I couldn't help it. Attack her slender and beautiful snake tail. It said that the 7 inches of the snake cannot be touched, but she is just a little snake cub. It should be fine. My hand just pinched the snake's tail. Frost froze as if he had been electrocuted. In the gaps of snow-white scales, the skin fades slightly pink. Stop it. You are a disciple. You are disrespectful to me. What it looks like at this time, it looks like a little girl who has been taken advantage of. I glanced. If nothing happened, he withdrew his hand. Brata, Menisi Shade. Don't think so much about the mess in your head. Lin Shuang's snake eyes instantly filled with water mist. He turned his head away angrily. Simply ignore me. In the class, Liu Xiaoyan took the lead in drawing the contract formation. A hint of joy flashed on her beautiful and delicate face. A pact was initiated to the black bear. The contract formation envelops the black bear. Spinning fast, the black bear in the formation mobilized the spiritual power on his body. Secretly made 2 changes to the formation. The formation is from the ordinary equality contract. It quietly became a master-servant contract. But the black bear is the master. Liu Xiaoyan is a servant. This is when you go out to practice. I used to be with the black bear, a formation found in the ruins, unexpectedly. Now it is used by black bears to set up a trap for Liu Xiaoyan. A black bear had successfully made a contract with Liu Xiaoyan. He glanced at me proudly. I quietly hid my hand under the table. Give her a thumbs up. So don't offend honest people if you offend anyone. Mantian, you are the bad guy. A voice of anger exploded in his ears. It's my 2nd grade tsundere, stinky fart skinless little snake again. How did I break? I was careless. Gently tapping her cold scales with your fingertips. You touched my tail. He even flirted with other women. Is still a black-skinned ugly monster. The more Frost spoke, the more aggrieved he became. I sighed imperceptibly. Add a little more. Is still a little vinegar jar that eats flying vinegar. All the students in the class have completed their contracts. The head teacher gave each person a cultivation material. I leave a spirit stone. The rest are all fed to Lin Shuang as snacks. The 19 spirit stones were swallowed by Lin Shuang one by one. The speed is amazing. I haven't waited to leave the classroom yet. My spirit stone has already been consumed. Classmates looked at me. His eyes were full of friendship. Xiaofan is crazy. A week of cultivation materials, and he gave it all to the white serpent. Did he listen carefully just now? I don't know that the growth cycle of spirit beasts is generally very slow. You can't rush when feeding. The spirit stone sent down. Is it mainly used for self-cultivation? The white snake gave him a contract that was really blind. Even the head teacher frowned. Some students should pay attention. Spirit stone every month. Allocated to a limited quantity. Wasted. The school will not give you any more. But I just responded lightly. Got it. Let's be honest. In my previous life I was very generous to black bears in terms of cultivation resources. Generally shooting Sa 1. Divide the cultivation resources with the companion spirit beasts. And I have always been in opposition to black bears. I think since we are comrades in arms, it should be half for one person. But even for black bears, I am not so generous to the self snake. She is 19 and I am 1. It's not just my classmates who think I'm crazy. I also think it's a bit outrageous. Because I suddenly thought, the white snake and I have a blood contract. And an equality contract. Either side of the man or beast is dead. It will not affect the other party. But the bloodline contract is different. The blood contract lives and dies together. If the snake is the same as the previous life, generally freeze to death on the first day of the end times, then I won't live either. So she now the life of this ancestor is more important than anything else. The rest of the time, the students found their own place to practice on their own. Walked out with the white snake in my arms. When passing by Liu Xiaoyan, she suddenly blocked me with half of her body, in a voice that only I can hear. When passing by Liu Xiaoyan, she suddenly blocked me with half of her body, in a voice that only I can hear. I know you're born again. This life. It's time for me to contract the black bear to keep out the cold. I am as bright as a knife. Then you have to live well. I'm still waiting to take you on the road with my own hands. A trace of fear flashed in Liu Xiaoyan's eyes, but it was quickly replaced by pride. I have a black bear. Of course you can live well. To do it. 2 wastes. Just wait for the first day of dying in the end of the cold. The snake lifted its eyelids in my arms, glanced lazily. She raised her snake head and spat out a snake letter to Liu Xiaoyan. Disgusting fishy smell. It opened up in an instant. The calmness on Liu Xiaoyan's face instantly fell apart. Screaming and taking several steps back. Xiao Fan, you are sick. Take this snake away from me. I sneered. Holding the snake, he turned his head and left. Raising animals is a bottomless pit, where to get a large number of spirit stones has become a difficult problem. I tapped my fingers on the frosty scales. While thinking, suddenly thought of the previous life before the outbreak of the apocalypse. The media exposed a small spiritual vein. By time, that spiritual vein should not be discovered for the time being. I drove with the white snake to the spiritual vein quickly. Wait until I go to the previous life to mark the approximate location of the spiritual vein. Found that Liu Xiaoyan was 1 step ahead of me. Also rushed here. Liu Xiaoyan is the eldest lady of the family. The network resources are not comparable to me as a civilian. I stood on the periphery of the spiritual vein, boldly looked at Liu Xiaoyan with more than 20 strong men mining spiritual veins. The white snake nest in my arms. Watch as one piece after another is mined. Bright, dazzling color, translucent spirit stone. Xiangshang swallowed a mouthful of saliva. Watch as one piece after another is mined. Bright, dazzling color, translucent spirit stone. Xiangshang swallowed a mouthful of saliva. I covered the white snake's eyes. Don't look at the poor quality of the spirit stones here. Master will take you to other places. I hugged the white snake and turned around 3 times. It is about to go far. A surprised voice suddenly came from his mind. Is it you, brother? I paused. There. You can transmit the voice. Liu Xiaoyan's guy. Bloody money was spent on me. I used the soul grass. It allows me to transmit sound through the spirit. Ada, brother, you take the white snake and find a place to rest for a while. I'll call you when the spirit stones are dug out. Complete the conversation with the black bear in the skull. When he came to his senses, he saw a small and delicate snake face. Looked at me suspiciously. The frosty snake body wrapped around my arm. A thunderous snake face came in front of me. Cold breath hit my face. There is no fishy smell of wild snakes. Instead, it has a faint fragrance. What are you doing? Lin Shuang glared at me unhappily. Man, you dare to have an affair with another woman behind my back. I grabbed the snake's neck with one hand, lifted her off my arms. The other hand pinched the snake's face as if punishing. Brata, pay attention to the wording. Lin Shuang sniffed. There's even a bit of grievance in the tone. I am not wrong. You have a bear smell in your soul. It's the black skin, right? I raised my eyebrows. This little snake has a very spiritual temperament. Our heavenly demon python clan, who is the bloodline contracted. This little snake has a very spiritual temperament. Our heavenly demon python clan, who is the bloodline contracted, who is our lifelong partner. You can't have any dealings with that black bear. My face was strange. Bratna, how old are you? You know what a partner is. Lin Shuang looked at me aggrievedly. The snake's tail flicked and flicked. A cold snake letter. Suddenly, it hit my cheek. Before I reacted, the culprit quickly retracted his head again, whispered, I licked you. You are the person here. This place is marked by this seat. You can't others touch you again. I was stuck in place. The corners of his mouth twitched. Why are there still marked places? I don't think you're a snake. It's a dog. The spiritual vein was handed over to the black bear. I hugged Rin Shuang. Back to the car. Eat watermelon while blowing the air conditioner. I also found a movie screening on the central control screen of the car. After a while I was drowsy. When I woke up again, it was getting dark. There's no light in the mountains in the wilderness. There was silent darkness all around. At this moment, the black bear also sent me a message. Brother, come on, they are all gone, I responded. When I looked down I saw Lin Shuang looking at me vigilantly and angrily. I subconsciously felt guilty. Jing, really has a feeling of being a thief. We didn't talk about anything else. Lin Shuang turned his head over. Don't explain. I don't listen. I won't pay attention to you today. Under the night, I hugged the white snake and approached the place where the spiritual vein was located. Sure enough, it's like what the black bear told me. There was no one near the spiritual vein anymore. Only one formation was left to hide the spiritual veins. Since the snake saw me come to the place where the spiritual vein was, although curious why I came, only one formation was left to hide the spiritual veins. Since the snake saw me come to the place where the spiritual vein was, although curious why I came. Since you just said it, you won't pay attention to me. No matter how curious you are, you have a small mouth. I limped around the formation. After a while, the black bear untied the formation. Show me a head. Now she is able to speak, waving his paw at me. Brother, come on. The white snake in my arms saw the black bear nesting in my arms. He spat out. Snake letters showed a threatening and fierce expression to the black bear. I covered the white snake's mouth, showed a helpless smile to the black bear. Since the snake has a bit of a temper, the black bear led the way for me in front. It's okay. Don't blame your sister either. Since the snake was covered by me, her voice exploded in my head. Pot. Damn it. She is a vixen. She is a black-skinned vixen. Let go of this seat. I want to bite her to death. I must bite her to death today. I'm still alive. You dare to stand in front of me. Have a tryst with this black-skinned vixen. What is it that only seduces men? Let go of this seat. I want to fight her to the death. It's too noisy. I glance at the faint spiritual power rippling around the black bear. Release your hand and let the white snake fall to the ground. The frost that fell to the ground turned back, looked at me in disbelief. It seems that I didn't expect that I would really let go. She travels at a turtle speed of 0.8 meters per second. Rushed to the black bear 3 times in one step. Finally I turned back for the 4th time. He glanced at me uncertainly. You don't stop me. You are not afraid that I will bite your good lover to death. He glanced at the spiritual power on the black bear's body. A black bear that ate the spirit stone for an afternoon. He glanced at the spiritual power on the black bear's body. A black bear that ate the spirit stone for an afternoon. The spiritual power on his body is more than 50 times that of the white snake. It's really hard to say who bites whom to death. I smiled and looked at her. It's okay. Let me see how powerful you are. You bit her to death. From now on, I will belong to you alone. The white snake's tail slapped the ground tangled. I was a little moved by what I said, but he was wary of the black bear. The spiritual power on her body made her feel threatened, or swam back to my feet. Never mind. You have a good attitude of admitting your mistake this time. I forgive you. The two had a tryst this time. I won't allow it next time. This thing is really a master who bullies the weak and fears the hard. The black bear divided the spirit stones of the spirit vein into 3 piles. Keep yourself a small pile. There is also a small pile of oversized piles like mountain bags. I'll just keep these. Lin Shuang looked at the huge pile of spirit stones. Green light flashed in his eyes. A sour voice sounded in my head. This black skin. It's really generous to you. The black bear pointed to a small pile and said, Rather, these. You keep it for cultivation. It should be about the same. Then he pointed to the oversized pile and said, Give those to my sister. Lin Shuang's shouting sounded again. Man, this black skin doesn't seem to be interesting to you. She wants to please me. I flicked my brain at Frost. Are you a love brain? Think about everything in love. The Frost is still not convinced. Do you still want the spirit stone? She was instantly good. I looked at the black bear. I emptied it all. Will Liu Xiaoyan hurt you? The black bear shook his head. Ida brother, that woman is now. Listen to me. Day 2. Liu Xiaoyan looked at the empty spiritual vein dumbfounded. You used all these spirit stones. The black bear nodded. Just such a big little spiritual vein is not enough for me to stuff between my teeth. You didn't mean to wake up in half a month. Talented skills. Keep out the cold. I just felt it. It seems that he feels the barrier of awakening. Hearing this, Liu Xiaoyan's face improved a little. But still 4. A spiritual vein was all eaten by the black bear. The spiritual power on the black bear has only increased a little. Some complaints. It's good to be awakened. Even your bloodline is too bad. I ate so much to gain such a little spiritual power. If you dislike my low bloodline, you could have chosen me in the first place. I didn't ask you to choose me. It makes me very stressed right now. I was under a lot of mental pressure. I feel that the talent skills don't seem to be awakened. Liu Xiaoyan knew that the end of the extreme cold would come in half a month. How valuable the black bear's talented skills will be. As soon as I heard that the black bear's talent skills would not be awakened, immediately anxious. Don't stress. I didn't mean that. If I dislike your low bloodline, I wouldn't have chosen you in the first place. Okay, I need spirit stones for cultivation. You hurry up and ask someone to send me some more spirit stones. Not much. 10 truckloads are enough. Liu Xiaoyan's teeth and flowers are about to bite and bleed. 10 trucks. Is it a lot? You get me 10 trucks. I may be able to awaken to a higher level. 10 trucks. Is it a lot? You get me 10 trucks. May be able to awaken to a higher level. Talented skills. 10 miles to avoid the cold. Help everyone within 10 kilometers of the cold. to protect themselves from the cold. 10 kilometer. Liu Xiaoyan's eyes showed a greedy golden light. If the end of the cold comes, she can make all 10 kilometers of people ignore the cold. So what is the difference between her and the Empress of the last days? Liu Xiaoyan gritted his teeth. Good. You wait. 10 trucks are 10 trucks. I'll do it for you. The end of the world is coming. Money is just a pile of waste paper. Liu Xiaoyan's family is huge, but everyone regarded Liu Xiaoyan as the extreme cold. The end of the world is coming. It's a laugh. It is even more for Liu Xiaoyan to use 10 trucks of spirit stones. Help a spirit beast of lower blood. Awakening is just for keeping out the cold. The idea of not using talent is ridiculous. I don't get support from my family. Liu Xiaoyan could only sell his family and parents. Everything that was given to her since childhood. House, car, all designer bags and jewelry. When I saw Liu Xiaoyan again at school, her clothes were still old clothes she had worn before. Even lunch. It's all a simple meal of white noodle steamed buns with lao gan ma. It can be seen. Liu Xiaoyan really put all the money. It was all used on black bears. She didn't know. She sold her whole body industry in exchange for 10 truckloads of spirit stones. Only a small part of the black bear was left to itself. The remaining 99.99 went into the pockets of me and the white snake. I only used 1 or 2 spirit stones. Let yourself practice occasionally, so as not to forget how to use spiritual power. I gave all the remaining spirit stones to the white snake. The white snake devoured the spirit stone very quickly. So as not to forget how to use spiritual power. I gave all the remaining spirit stones to the white snake. The white snake devoured the spirit stone very quickly. She fell into a deep sleep. As long as the spirit stone is placed by her side, will be evacuated by a powerful suction force. Instantly turns into powder. Just the spiritual power that the white snake cultivated and fed back to me. It has already made me several times stronger than myself in my previous life. And Liu Xiaoyan, the spiritual power on her body now. It is not even as strong as other students in the class. For the black bear, she didn't even use a spirit stone on herself. The black bear always poor her. It's because you don't use one less spirit stone for me. It caused me to fail to awaken my talent. Don't blame me for not telling you then. Everyone said that Liu Xiaoyan was useless. From the first day of school, Liu Xiaoyan chose the weakest strength. The lowest talented black bear started. Her spirit seemed to be abnormal. In the face of these rumors, Liu Xiaoyan snorted. What do you know? Wait until a few days before you know I'm right. Hot summer day. Suddenly in one night, the temperature dropped sharply. Snowflakes are falling around the world. At first, people also paid for the snow in June. But until noon, the next day, global temperatures have dropped to -20 degrees. People are starting to worry. The temperature is so abnormal. There should be no disaster. The snow is getting heavier and heavier. There is no intention of stopping at all. I'm afraid of accidents on snowy days. School has recalled all students to school. Girls' dormitory. Liu Xiaoyan shivered and wrapped herself in the quilt. I haven't practiced for a while. The spiritual power on her body is very weak. Only a little better than ordinary people. Her nose was red from the cold. Wipe your nose with a tissue. I haven't practiced for a while. The spiritual power on her body is very weak. Only a little better than ordinary people. Her nose was red from the cold. Wipe your nose with a tissue. Black bear. Is your talent awakened? The black bear was slowly gnawing on the spirit stone on the ground. 10 days have passed. The black bear has grown several laps larger than before. Basically entered the girlish state. Don't worry. It's coming soon. Liu Xiaoyan gradually became suspicious in his heart. Xiaofan was just a poor boy in his previous life. Even if you go out and explore the ruins, there are not too many spirit stones that can be supplied to black bears. It is definitely far inferior to this life. My resources for black bears. How could a black bear awaken his talent in his previous life? It doesn't seem to be good in this life. Black bear, you won't have anything to do with me. Who am I cultivating so hard for? You are now doubting me. I originally thought, now even if my talent skills are not fully awakened, it seems that it can still be shared a little heat for you. But now it seems that these spirit stones should be returned to you. I don't have to. I have thick hair, even without your spirit stones. The low temperature can't freeze me to death. I was wrong. It's all my fault. I just said a moment of anger. You still use the spirit stone. Nothing is more important than your awakening talent. This time I will forgive you first. The black bear snorted coldly. Continue to gnaw on the spirit stones on the ground, gnawing on the leftovers of the spirit stone. The black bear shared some heat on Liu Xiaoyan. It's really a little bit. She is a small cigarette. If only before the real end of tomorrow came. It's not fun to freeze to death. I felt a little heat on my body. Liu Xiaoyan no longer doubted the black bear. After the human-animal contract, it doesn't matter if it's a man or a beast. Cultivation will give the other party 1/10 of the spiritual power back. The black bear feeds back Liu Xiaoyan's spiritual power. It has been very weak. It can be seen that the black bear did not absorb much spiritual power. It's just that Liu Xiaoyan doesn't know, which is that the black bear absorbs too little spiritual power to transform. But because he signed a master-servant contract with the black bear, how much spiritual power the black bear wants to feed her back. It's all in one thought. Another dormitory. I leaned against the bedside and watched a movie on the projection screen. All the spirit stones in the room. It has all been absorbed into smoke powder. The white snake coiled on the white cashmere carpet still hasn't woken up. The current white snake has unknowingly escaped from the state of being a cub. It has become the body shape of an adult spirit beast. The feet have the thickness of a bucket. snow white scales all over the body. There was a faint cold light in the darkness. I got out of bed and touched the scales of the white snake. Feel the strong vitality contained inside. Wall clock on the wall is gradually approaching 0. The real end is coming. The white snake in this life should not be on the first day of the end of the world. Just freeze to death. The bell rang at midnight. Global temperatures have once again plummeted like a cliff. The thermometer in the house shows the room temperature has now reached minus 50 degrees. I am a practitioner. Plus the feedback of the white snake, the spiritual power on the body. It was enough for me to ignore this level of cold. The snow outside is getting heavier and heavier. It has been buried as deep as the floor. The head teacher initiated solitaire in a group. Let everyone report on their current status. Since there are students who can't hold on, the school will carry out rescue immediately. At the same time, due to extremely cold weather, let everyone report on their current status. Once there are students who can't hold on, the school will carry out rescue immediately. At the same time, due to extremely cold weather, the school is understaffed. Urgently recruit a group of volunteers. I signed up as a volunteer. Distribute supplies to students in each dormitory. When it came to the girls' dormitory, passed by Liu Xiaoyan's door, I jumped straight over. One after another, students reported in the class group. Supplies have been received. Liu Xiaoyan loves me. What's going on? What about my supplies? I sent out a few photos directly in the group. Those photos. It was all Liu Xiaoyan, who purchased a large number of materials in the supermarket. Evidence of stockpiling back to school in advance. The school said that there is an extreme shortage of supplies now. The snow is still falling. It may not stop for a long time. I wonder if supplies should be left to those who need them most. The students left messages in the group. Does the squad leader know any news in advance? There are so many materials. Qingran was embarrassed to grab supplies from us. Isn't she the squad leader? Why can't you give us supplies? Liu Xiaoyan. Suddenly he was judged on the moral high ground. Liu Xiaoyan hit me again. What do you pretend? Didn't you know for a long time that the extreme cold was coming? You also stocked up on so many supplies. Why don't you take out your share and divide it? I sent out 2 empty instant noodle boxes. I don't know what you're talking about. Everyone knows the end of the extreme cold. My family is poor. I saw a discount in the mall. I just bought so many instant noodles at once. I just sent it to the students. Teacher also confirmed in the group. 10 packs of instant noodles received by everyone. It was all Xiaofan's own materials that were sent down. Students, yin and yang became strange again. 10 packs of instant noodles received by everyone. It was all Xiaofan's own materials that were sent down. Students, yin and yang became strange again. Someone saw no. Xiaofan is much more generous than you. Liu Xiaoyan said, but everyone was silent in the group. But the private message has already been sent to me. Xiaofan, what if you earn a good reputation? The useless white snake you raised. Presumably he had frozen to death at this time. I looked at the white snake sleeping peacefully on the carpet. Sent a video to Liu Xiaoyan, who are talking about this white snake that sleeps like a pig. In the video the snake stars closed their eyes, but the vigorous spiritual power fluctuated. All of them explained the self-snake in front of him. It's not too good to live. No way. Your video must have been recorded in advance. That waste snake develops so slowly. Body is so delicate. Now he must have frozen to death. I yawned. There was no news from Liu Xiaoyan again. Even if there is spiritual power to protect the body, the extremely cold weather still makes me a little cold. I opened the closet. I planned to cover the spare quilt together. A warm spiritual power suddenly shone on me. I am very familiar with this feeling. It is the warmth brought by black bears sharing the cold. There. We don't have a contract. You can also share talent skills with me. I woke up and succeeded in keeping out the cold. At this time I suddenly remembered. The black bear's talent skill was not originally to keep out the cold, but 10 miles to keep out the cold. It's just a previous life. My ability alone is limited after all. In a short time, there are not enough spirit stones. Can awaken all talent skills to black bears. The black bear protects me. Forcibly awaken talent skills. It can awaken all talent skills to black bears. The black bear protects me. Forcibly awaken talent skills. Only then did I get a low-end version of the cold. How is Liu Xiaoyan? Black bear sent out a visual share to me because of the confidence of the black bear. After awakening the skill, she will definitely not be afraid of extreme cold. So Liu Xiaoyan didn't buy extra quilts at all. Now, she wrapped herself tightly in a summer quilt. The face was frozen to a stiff purple. The teeth are chattering. You haven't awakened yet. The black bear jumped onto the bed. Your buttocks. He hit Liu Xiaoyan to the ground. The cold floor collides with the stiff body. Was a bang. I don't know how many bones are broken. Liu Xiaoyan's teeth hurt. What are you doing? I have good news for you. I have awakened. Here. Liu Xiaoyan's eyes flashed. I don't care about pursuing the black bear. Throw her out of bed. Share your skills with me. I'm going to freeze to death. When did I say I was going to share it with you? I am your master. I went bankrupt and smashed so many spirit stones for you. Only then did you wake up. Why don't you share it with me? Indenture. We made a contract. Even if you don't share it with me, I can use your abilities too. Liu Xiaoyan hurriedly used the power of the contract. Want to share the power of a black bear, but she suddenly found that she couldn't mobilize the power in the contract at all. Look at it with your big eyes. What kind of contract are the two of us concluding? Liu Xiaoyan carefully checked the contract again. Only then did I find that there were 2 formations. Liu Xiaoyan carefully checked the contract again. Only then did I find that there were 2 formations. There are traces of being altered. See it clearly. This is a master-servant contract. You are also worthy of sharing my skills. Liu Xiaoyan lay on the ground, like a deer caught in headlights. You are also born again. I was not the only one who was reborn. Other Xiao Fan was also reborn. In the previous life, you united with others to kill us and eat meat. It's time for us to collect debts in this life. Liu Xiaoyan's eyes flashed with fear. So what if you are reborn? Xiao Fan contracted the waste white snake. Wait for the white snake to die. Xiao Fan will also die because of the bloodline contract. The black bear didn't bother to talk nonsense with her anymore. Turn around and leave. The end of the extremely cold came from the sky. Global temperatures are no longer public. Just like in the previous life, the power supply system, water supply system and network system are completely paralyzed. This night, many people didn't wake up again. Another 5 days passed. The school order has been completely messed up. Many students ran out of supplies. Start going out to grab food from other dormitories. Outside the door, a few student hounds with strong awakening strength came to me. I thought about it. Today's strength has the cold protection of black bears, coupled with a large amount of spiritual power that the white snake fed back to me. Many teachers at school are not my opponents. They are considered to be a large number of people. I'm not afraid at all. Listen to the crazy knocking outside the door. My palm has gathered spiritual power. Before I could make a move, a huge energy. Suddenly it spread out of my room. Just listen to the sound. I imagined the scene of people outside turning on their backs. The white snake was still coiled on the blanket. Close your eyes. A voice from the divine thought. The white snake was still coiled on the blanket. Close your eyes. Voice from the divine thought. It spread through my room. It was a clear and majestic voice. Get lost. The people outside the door rolled and crawled. Jin Huang fled. I touched the snake's head. Frosty, you going to wake up? Liu Xiaoyan's dormitory also wanted to break in, but they were all driven away by black bears. There's the presence of black bears. Liu Xiaoyan is not dead yet, but it's not far from death. She was lying on the ground. The wound from the broken bone emitted a foul odor. I often want to faint. I was woken up by a slap by the black bear again. Black bears have a good memory. He also had a lot of grudges. She follows the memory of her previous life. The person who would join Liu Xiaoyan in killing us. All of them were found one by one. All of them were slapped to death with one paw. The rest of the school has no grudge against her. The black bear simply didn't hide anymore. Activated a skill 10 miles to keep off the cold. School-wide, a warm current emerged from everyone. Even Liu Xiaoyan, who was lying on the ground waiting to die. Finally, I experienced the feeling of keeping out the cold. A scorching warm current ran through the whole body. It may be a blessing to others, but for her. But it is a life-threatening charm that accelerates the passage of vitality. Not just bones. A lot of her internal organs, both were shattered in previous impacts. There are extremely cold temperatures. The rate of freezing decay is delayed, but at this time it was suddenly thawed, or microwave low temperature thawing. Liu Xiaoyan's internal organs began to be completely unbalanced. She lay on the ground in a daze, slowly moved his body. It seems that he wants to find a more comfortable position, but the purple blood slowly flowed out of his 7 pore. He didn't close his eyes until he died. Leng, well, to die. This morning, I feel extra warm on my body. Open your eyes quietly. The whole body is tightly wrapped in a soft body. It was a beautiful face. The skin is like congealed fat. Her eyebrows were like distant brows. A pair of phoenix eyes are closed. Long eyelashes resemble butterfly wings. Long snow-white hair cascaded down like a waterfall. Wrapped around me. She was warm. The fair skin glowed with a faint cold light, like a spirit condensed by the moonlight. I struggled slightly. Those narrow-wind eyes trembled and opened quietly. It reveals a light silver vertical pupil that does not look like a human. The familiar breath made me feel a tentative sound. Frosty. Corners of the woman's lips hooked up happily. She turned over, directly on me. The cool air instantly touched my skin. Meantime, the cool and warm breath on the woman's body also wrapped me up. She leaned down. A waterfall of white hair hangs down, falling on my face. The hint of lightness, the faint fragrance of my eyes. Looked at her nervously. That beautiful face is close to climbing the ruler. The skin is more transparent than white jade, clean and seductive. Behind hair, a snow-white snake's tail shook restlessly. A cold and bewitching voice fell. Do men miss this seat? Well, just the words man and this seat. I'm already convinced that this is Frost. I looked at her calmly. You are finally willing to wake up. She chuckled. 'Tis as pleasant as a silver bell. You are worried. This seat, if you die. She lowered her head and suddenly pecked me in the face. The mouth is still so hard. I pushed her away. Frosty, the first thing you do after transforming is to do this. Frost's smile deepened. Not the first thing, okay? I licked you before. We have stamped it a long time ago. The reason why it took so long to wake up is because she's been awakening her talented skills. Frost blood is noble. The difficulty of awakening talent is also much more difficult than that of other beasts. Fortunately, there are so many days. She finally succeeded. Frosty, what is your talent? The frosty voice is careless. Dig. What the hell? I looked her chest up and down. The gaze was a little strange. The frost is a glance at me. This seat means that the range of talent skills is very large. Lesha, what do you think? Speaking, I don't know when the snow outside the window stopped. Thick clouds dissipated layer by layer. The long-lost sun appeared in the sky, like the warm sunshine shining on the earth. I heard a surprise from inside the school. You can see the sun soon. The temperature doesn't seem to be as cold as it used to be. Great, the end of the world is finally over. I heard Frost's voice fall. The heavenly demon python is an ancient mythical beast. The talent and skill awakened by this seed is the birth of all things. Lin Shuang's beautiful face was close to my ear. Warm breath gently blew on my neck. The talent and skill awakened by this seed is the birth of all things. Lin Shuang's beautiful face was close to my ear. The warm breath gently blew on my neck. Shui Zi's snake tail wrapped around my waist, tighten up like a coquettishness. Xiao Fan, I saved the world. How do you reward me? I looked out the window at the world coming back to life. He looked around again. This beautiful woman. I reached out and flicked her lightly. What does the little kid think? Frost glared at me angrily. Chu DC's snake tail was thrown around behind him, but her pale silver vertical eyes were full of smiles. Familiar voice suddenly came from outside the door. Brother, I also changed shape. I opened the door. I saw a figure like a little one. There are few bear ears on their heads. The woman stood at the door, but it can make me see at a glance why she is a black bear. His skin is more like a healthy wheat color. Obviously when he was a black bear he was quite big. How to transform like a little lowly. Frost pokes her head out from behind me. My sister is so long. The black bear looked depressed. I think I'm pretty good looking. Watching this bear and snake bicker, the corners of his mouth couldn't help but lift. In the previous life we were killed by Liu Xiaoyan. In this life we not only succeed in rehabilitation, it also ushered in a new life. The end of the extreme cold has finally passed, and my story has just begun.